what we're going to be doing is mixing up our glue, but I want to do it in kind of a ratio. There's two different ratios on this Unibond that they give you. One is where it will, well, it says fast or slow, so put more resin in for the yeah, you put more resin in for the slower one with less hardener. So for the fast of this Unibond, it says a 10-to-1 ratio, and that's by weight, and by volume it's 4-to-1. On a slow, it's 15-to-1 resin and hardener, and by volume it's 6-to-1. Okay, so we're going to do the slow one. I think I did it by weight last time. I gotta get my scale. Be right back. Alright, I got my weight scale. Just another thing that I stole from the kitchen. These are fun, by the way. That was a fart. And they have a bow and arrow. You ready? Alright. We're going to do the 15-to-1. Alright, in that ratio, I'm going to have plenty of time to work on this thing before it starts to cure. So it's very, very close to that Uric 185 or 85, 185. I can't remember because they don't make it anymore. And now it's Unibond, and it's basically the same. I mean, it acts just like the other one does, so I don't see any big difference there, which is cool. But well, now we're gonna make that mess. You know what to do with those pieces of wood you cut off of your red oak longbows, right? You use them as mixers and pliers. I mean, we're talking high tech here, guys. High tech. Bam! Got me a nice little applicator. Alright, so we're mixing. Alright, now we're getting messy, okay? I'm going to put on some gloves. Like I said, there's no rush on this one because we've got plenty of time to put this thing together. So take your time. Don't feel rushed. Now, everything's lined up. Looking one more time. We're going to start gluing from the bottom, from the handle up. Alright, so we're going to apply this stuff. We want it to be a little thick, because you just don't want anywhere where it's not holding together good. So, mess is good, because you know you're doing it right. Now apply to both pieces that are going to be glued. It helps to kind of sandwich them together, like give it a little bit of a push for it not to slide so much. Now we put on the backing. What do you want to do today? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Not this again. I say, what do you want to do? You say, oh, what do I want to do? And then we just keep going around in circles. Alright, so it looks like I just mixed enough glue for this job. It's pretty empty here. I actually had to scrape a little bit of the excess that ran out of the handle onto the back, but it was perfect, just enough. So if you're wondering how much I did, and it was 80 grams to 5 grams. I calculated that to be 15 to 1. I could be wrong. I don't know. But when I bend this thing and it delaminates, we'll know why. It didn't. Alright, so we're going to do a little bit of technical stuff. We need a ruler for this. We want to make sure everything's pretty much spot tone. You know what I mean? You don't want to cut this up. I'm going to put it like that. It's got the slanted side under. We'll put it under the paraffin. Alright. So we'll just have it we'll have it ready to go. Alright? Just put it over on the edges, get it ready to go. Another thing, we want to make sure that we've got the right measurements to put the pressure on for the bend on both limbs. Alright? Let's see. So, I usually do around 10 or 12 inches. Just make sure you do the same amount on both sides, okay? You want it to be symmetrical. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Oh, today I'm picking 11. 11 seems like a cool number today. So I'm going to draw, I'm going to scratch, oh there's a pin. I'm going to draw on here where the limbs, or the handle sits, in case things shift. And I'm going to draw 11 inches. I'm going to do that on the other side as well. This wouldn't really hurt too bad to go ahead and put it on the back as well. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is clamp the handles down. All right. Let's get that. We want to use these types. No, we want to use these types for that C-clamp. These are 5-inch C-clamp. Yeah, 5-inch. 3-inch C-clamps. 3 sometimes look like 5s. A leather strip I want to put down here so I don't scar up the back there. Or maybe I'll just take some pieces off of it. I'm using 3. So we'll place there, crank it down, we're going to do it light first, okay? When you're going to crank it, it's going to move a little bit, so that's why you got to do it slowly, then you can readjust it. Now we're going to put those blocks under. You want the same placement on these blocks on both sides. What I mean by that is the tip where it rests should contact the same place on the other side. Help make sure that the bend is symmetric. Next thing, we're going to use these type of clamps. Get it as far back as you can. Twist it open as much as you can. We're going to bring it over to where that 11 inches was, and we're going to push this down. I'll put some leather on that too. Another thing to note and make sure that you get right is the depth on each side. You want to measure the depth on each side and make sure that the height is the same. You want to use the measurement on the back of the bow, because the belly of the bow is going to be worked out. Alright. So, the reason why you opened it up all the way is now you can bring it down just by cranking it here. But you can also just push and get it a little bit further down before you start cranking. And that's to preference too. You don't have to make as much of a bend if you don't want to, or but you know, if you crank it too far and you try to force it too much, it snaps. So well, all right. So you can either clamp them, use a hose, or not a hose, but a inner tube, or both. Make sure you pull all the cling wrap out so that you know it's not sticking under and in between the wood. That would be a no-no. You want to do your best to try and keep the clamps about the same area as you put, you know, one side, you want to do the other side the same. Just a little extra. Alright everybody, I got it all glued up. I got it all wrapped up. It's all ready. The Unibond doesn't need heat to cure, however it does need to be a specific temperature. I want to say it was 60 degrees. Mix only as much adhesive as can be used in 1 hour period at 70 degrees. I guess they want it to be around 70 degrees. But I do use heat. I do a very technical way. Like I said, here in Go Geronimo, we're very technical. Okay? I put this in one of our small bathrooms with a space heater. That's what I do. Seriously. I mean, I'm going to eventually move up to making a heat box or something like that, but currently that works just fine. It gets about 85 degrees in there or so. No big deal. It works. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in that room, turn that space heater on, and about tomorrow, this time, we're going to unwrap it. That's going to be for another video. Thank you for watching this one. Click like, subscribe, share my videos with others. This is important stuff. The end of the world is near. Ammo is going to be very scarce. You need a bow.